what people had to say. Though it's not surprising, it's interesting that most saw her as the victim. My father took it as an opportunity to tell people what an evil person I am. No one cared how I felt, and it's understandable. Who will support a child against his own mother? After all, aren't there mothers who are worse? The thing is, when it comes to Allah, people seem to forget that the sins they commit are just as bad, just as ugly, and just as wicked. Actually, they're worse than all that, and the description of what I did applies to them, myself included, and some of them even go as far as leaving Islam. Some even began to quote the teachings of Islam and what it said about parents, forgetting their own sins against him, yet they never even read the Quran, let alone act according to it. They Googled it. And just like that, man justifies his own kufr. Some of my accusers were people who don't pray, indulge in major sins and show no shred of guilt. In fact, they were even going as far as to mock those who were steadfast. Perhaps it is understandable if they were non-Muslims who claim freedom of religion or don't believe in any God, but these were people who were calling themselves Muslims, remembering Allah when it suited their desires and forgetting Him likewise. With this story in mind, notice what Allah says about kufr and its people. And if we give man a taste of mercy from us, and then withdraw it from him, verily, he is despairing, ungrateful. But if we let him taste good favor after evil, poverty and harm has touched him, he is sure to say, ills have departed from me. Surely, he is exultant, and boastful, ungrateful to Allah. And he gave you of all that you asked for, and if you count the blessings of Allah, never will you be able to count them. Verily, man is indeed an extreme wrongdoer, ungrateful. And when harm touches you upon the sea, those that you call upon besides him vanish from you except him, Allah alone. But when he brings you safely to land, you turn away from him. And man is ever ungrateful. See you not that Allah has subjected to you mankind all that is on the earth, and the ships that sail through the sea by his command? He withholds the heaven from falling on the earth except by his leave. Verily, Allah is, for mankind, full of kindness, most merciful. It is He who gave you life, and then will cause you to die, and will again give you life on the day of resurrection. Verily, man is indeed an ingrate. And verily, when we cause man to taste of mercy from us, he rejoices thereat, but when some ill befalls them because of the deeds which their hands have sent forth, then verily, man becomes ingrate. Verily, man, disbeliever, is ungrateful to his Lord, and to that fact he bears witness by his deeds. Here's the thing, the kufr to my mother is not the same as man's kufr to Allah. $. You cannot compare Allah's favor to that of the whole mankind put together. If I died, no one can bring me back. Life is a favor from Allah, and people don't cherish until they are in their last moments. Though I accepted I was wrong, my response didn't come from nowhere. Humans have problems with themselves, and I certainly didn't lay false charges against her. She was guilty of them and didn't try to deny them. In fact, one can say she validated my claim. Allah is far above wronging anybody. Even if He punished us, we are more than deserving of it, and yet He pardons and overlooks much of it. If the kufr is not the same, how is it when it comes to Allah? If the kufr is not the same, how is it when it comes to Allah? To understand kufr better, one has to also have a better understanding of its opposite, which is illustrated in the next story. The most loved.